Oh, we do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, we do like to be beside the sea. Hello, thank you very much for joining me in the studio today, where we paint away the stress of everyday life. And as you can imagine, I may be doing something to do with the seascape, but it's not the seascape that you were thinking of. Let me show you what I mean. So thank you very much for joining me, and after that fantastic introduction, and don't forget to click the subscribe button. It's free, it's totally free, doesn't cost anything. Everything you see on my channel is free, and that's important that you subscribe, support the channel. It helps me grow, gets me out there to see and to teach and to show people, more people like yourself, the good things that art can bring, and not just for painting but for mental health. And please click the thumbs up, because that tells YouTube that I'm doing good videos and also helping others like yourself. So don't forget, just if you don't do anything else, just click that thumbs up for me. That would be great. So let's have a look at the palette. Today we have got some colors. Now I've got some gel retarder. Now if you want to know what gel retarder is, I've made a video last week that should be up in the iCards there. So there's a little thing that comes across. Click on that and I'll tell you what gel retarder is and everything you need to know about retarders. Right, let's check that over there. I've got some thick paint here. This was a series of paintings. I was doing some Lowry paintings and I made my own paint, and this is quite a thick, but you can see it's quite a thick paint. It's quite a thick paint. It's a Lowry because it replicates oil paints. Again, you may want to know how I made that. And part of that process again is in that little thing coming across there. Click on that. Let's check that over there. I've got some retarder and some water today. I'm just going to use plain old water. Nothing special at all. Now a little known fact, I'm colorblind. Yes, and you might be thinking, what do you mean you're colorblind? You paint. I'm colorblind in green. I got a very hard job to define different types of green, very light greens against mid greens against dark greens, etc. So I can tell a difference between what's light and what's dark, but I got a job to tell what's in between, because I'm colorblind. I just see one color. That's why some of my paintings that I do, my landscape paintings, are quite dark, because I do struggle, or bright, because I've got to go a little bit brighter to see the difference. And it is played on my brain, but I manage. You know, we all manage. We all learn to adapt. So today, I thought that with that in mind, I thought let's do a painting with very little colouring, just in case you are colourblind, and this might help. This might help. So I've got some. What's that? That is like a that's a Mars black. There's a Mars black there. Mars black. We've got some Mars black. There we go. I forgot what colour it was. I got some Prussian blue. We put some Prussian blue into that as well, and some titanium white. And the other two colours that I've got on the palette is some, like you see, a yellow ochre that I made myself, and some burnt umber. That's it. So let's got some lovely grey colour there. So there's a little bit of Mars black and some Prussian blue and some white. Now I'm not going to do this in a traditional way today. I want to do this more in an abstract type of painting today, because a lot of people don't challenge themselves. They stay to the same methods, and they stay to the same types of paintings and things. Like, you know, if you lean in more towards landscapes and stuff, you don't want to do portraits of people, and you know, you don't want to do abstracts and things like this. And what I'm saying to you is, if you don't challenge yourself, you never know how good you're going to be, and you never know, you might like doing something like this. And I don't particularly like abstracts, and that's the truth. I don't particularly like abstracts at all. But I thought to myself today, because of thinking about people that are colorblind, maybe if I did something a little bit different and work in some sort of like monotone color, as long as you're not colorblind in grays, you're all right. I thought it would be a fantastic way to actually create something, and you've got to really find your own methods and your own styles, and the only way you can do that by is experimentation. The experimentation is the main part, I think. So let's get a little bit more blue into that. And we tend to talk a little bit too much sometimes in the studio as well. That's too light now. See, but just go with it. Don't worry about it. Just go with it. Go with the flow. There we are. That's better. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. I just wanted something a little bit lighter up the top rather than darker. There we are. And we're coming back down into there. I mean, just spreading that in. I don't want perfect lines. I want it to look a little bit like a sky. A little bit like a sky. And just bring in that down there like that. So let's get that colour. Let's get a little bit more Prussian blue. Let's get a little bit of burnt umber into it this time. Let's grey it down even more. There we are. So instead of using the black, we're using the burnt umber. So just giving it that difference of colour, a bit more brown, and just play with the colours. I want that darkish type of colour to come down. And this is what painting is all about. Don't limit yourself to a certain thing. You need to learn. And we stop playing when we're adults. We stop playing, and we tend to just be serious. And we think this has got to be perfect. It's got to be accurate. It's got to be everything. But it isn't. We're still children in the mind. We're still children in our hearts. So let's just have fun. Just enjoy. Just let the painting rock. I'm just going to add a little bit more black because I just want to darken down an area there like this. So I'm just putting the base colour on at the moment. And I'm just playing with colours. There we are. A seascape, he said. A sea? That doesn't look nothing like a sea. But it could be. If you live in Wales and you went down to Aberaeron or Porthcawl when I was a child, that's what the sea looks like. It did. It looked dirty and grey and horrible. But it doesn't look like that now. It doesn't look like that now. So let's get a bit of blue into there. A little bit more black. There we are. And I'm just going to maybe add a touch of white to that. Let's have a look. So you can see that I'm pushing my brush down. I'm trying to get a nice sharp edge onto this brush because all I want to do now is put in some blocks of paint like that. And who knows, it could be buildings or something in the background there. Could be a marina. You make it up. You've heard me say this before. It's your painting. You make it up. It could be just mountains. Perhaps they're just mountains. But because they're abstract, they could be square mountains. And just plop that in like that. Maybe just a couple of little lines like that. There we are. See? So I've already got a little bit of something going on there. I want to get that a little bit darker. So I want to get right into this black now. I'm not adding a lot of fluid to my paint. I'm not adding a lot of water, a lot of medium mix, a lot of retarders, which you can all find on the website www.hi5art.uk. But if you haven't got that, doesn't matter. And we're just going to put some black marks now, just in front, just like that. Look how easy this is. Look how easy it is. Just plonk it in like that. And this is what art is all about. It's creating different things. Different things. Maybe put a bigger one there like that. Doesn't matter if his paint is thick. Doesn't matter how thin it is. Doesn't matter how thick it is. All we've got to do is get some of those lines to come across like that. Abstract painting is quite relaxing really, because you don't have to think about detail, do you? Think about it. You don't have to think about detail. There you go. Don't play with it too much. Don't play with it too much. Don't play too much. There you go. Put one by there. We put just a blodge there and a blodge there and maybe a blodge there like that. We could put a blodge there like that. Another little blodge maybe there like that. Get some grey. Mix a bit of this grey up. Get on the brush. Same brush. Same brush. Put a blob there and blob there. Little blob there. Maybe a little blob like that. There you go. Let's get some light. Let's get some light. Don't want it too light. Don't want it too light. There we go. Just put some marks in like that. There you go. And just play. Have fun. Just play and have fun. Get a little bit of this. Don't forget we're trying to keep that grayscale type of colour. So we got a little bit of this yellow ochre now mixing into that grey, so it's got a little bit more yellow. See? It's just a different, see that lovely different colour of, like that. Just flow a bit of that in here and there like this. Here and there, here and there, here and there, like that. Bit more, maybe we'll put a little bit. Maybe put up a little bit there, and maybe a little bit there, and there we go. There we go. Wash my brush. I'm changing my size of my brush now. I did put a brush down. Where did I put that brush? I don't know where I lost. I've lost my brush. No. Oh, we'll have to find another one. We fumble around like Fumbleina sometimes in the studio. There we are. I got a brush. I got a brush. I got a brush. Let's go into some of this lighter colour. And I can put some of this gel retarder if I wanted to. Oops, it's a bit thick. It doesn't matter. Put a bit of that gel retarder into that paint. It doesn't go off then. So gel retarder can work really well, and you can just mix it in with your paint, a little bit of fluid. If it's gone a little bit thick like mine has gone. And that can stop that paint from drying out a bit too fast. That's what we're going to try and show you today. So I want to put... I want that a bit darker than that, don't I? I need that a little bit darker. Let's get a little bit more brown, black in there. A little bit of that Prussian blue. Let's go a bit more blue. And just play and have fun and relax, and don't let anybody tell you you can't do something when you know you can. Now we need to go a bit lighter. Just playing around with colours. There you go. Playing around with colours. Colours and shapes. Shapes and colours. Don't forget. Try and get that box type of effect in. We're trying to keep that type of shape. And we want that nice square type of shape to come in. We want it to look a little bit abstracty. Abstract T, yes. Let's put another bit by there. We put another little bit, maybe by there as well. There we go. I need a smaller brush actually. Can I get a smaller brush? Have I got a small brush here? There we go. We've got a little tiny brush. That's better. That's better. That better. There we go. Hey. Get a bit of white now. Get a bit of white onto there. A bit of white there like that. Maybe a bit of white there like that. A little bit there. There we go. A little bit of Prussian blue. And a little bit of colour. There we are. Black. Back into some black. Don't want too much on my brush. Don't want too much on my brush. There we are. Trying to keep that square shape. There we are. And just play, have fun, as I've said. Who knows? Who knows what you can accomplish in your painting? So let's just add a little bit of white to this now. And let's bring a bit of that. Down like this. I like that roughness. Don't worry about the roughness. Try and keep the shapes if we can. Try and keep those shapes when we can. Let's get a little bit of this yellow ochre type of colour back. Just here and there. And there and here. Like that. So you can see there's definitely something going on. We just need to keep adding blocks of colour. Into this area like that. So we got a little bit of fun going on there. Let's get, I want this a little bit brighter, so I'm going into blue. I'm a great believer in experimentation and just painting for the sake of painting, really. As you know, if you followed me before, that I try just to do different things and see where things are going to take me. Sit and play sometimes. This is the thing that I'm trying to say to you is you really do need sometimes just to sit and play and paint. Because you can paint, not because of any other thing. Not because you want to sell something or because you want to be the best you can be at something. Sometimes the best thing you can do is be terrible at something. That might sound like a contradiction in terms, but what I'm trying to say to you is you can't improve if you don't make mistakes. And the way we learn to walk when we were children is how many times do we fall over? And how many times did our mum and dad pick us up? That's what I'm trying to say. We've got to remember that sometimes that's what we need to do. We need to fall over and be picked up. That's what Batman, that's what they said to Batman, wasn't it? Why do we fall over, Bruce? So we can pick ourselves up. That's why. That's what Albert said, doesn't it, in the movie? Why do we pick ourselves? Why do we fall over, Bruce? Because we can pick ourselves up. And this is art in its rawest form. Really, if you think about it, this is art in its rawest form. Because it's just blocks of colour and lines and things. Tell you what I could do. Have I got a piece of cardboard or something? What can I use? What can I use? There we are. I can use this plastic card. Shall I use this plastic card and get some paint? Get some paint on that and just hope this works. I just hope that works. Get a little bit of light to colour. And all of a sudden, we've got a dock with boats in. And you didn't even know there were boats, did you? Because I certainly didn't. No, I did actually. I did have an idea what I was going to do. I'm lying if I said I didn't know what I was going to do. But I did have an idea. I didn't know if it would work though. I didn't know if it would work. But I hope it has. So there's some docks. There's a landscape in the background, a lovely sky, some twinkly water, but not so much twinkly water, but you can do magic things with that. You could really enjoy painting something like that. And I tell you what a wonderful way to learn to paint and just experiment with colours. And there's not a lot of colours in there, really, is there? Not a lot of colours, but how effective is that? How effective is that one? There we are. Have a bit of fun. Chill out. Relax. Do something out of the ordinary. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. And don't anybody tell you that that's terrible. You need to change this. You need to change that. That's their opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. You're the artist. If you like that, I could put that in a frame. I could sell that for $100. $200, £70, and people would pay for that because they appreciate the work that's taken me weeks to do. So don't forget, never put yourself down. And always, if you don't do anything else, only compare you to you. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't compare yourself to other video artists. Don't compare yourself to bodybuilders and people that are like a size 8 and you want to lose weight. And just take a picture of yourself now, and then in 6 months' time, look at yourself and say, "Oh, I've lost a bit of weight. Don't I look good?" And it's the same with art. Just compare your artwork to your own artwork. But in the meantime, just improve on yourself. So look back at your paintings that you've done over the last 6 months, a year, and say, "Oh, I've improved." And there you are. You're the number one artist in the whole world. And never let anybody tell you any different. So until next time, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.